There is still no divorce in the Philippines. Why? Hi, I'm Tessie, and this is the Love Filipino Style, which is an opinion portion of my channel, which is PUPPETNETTES. PUPPETNETTES Philippines. Why is still no divorce in the Philippines? I have three basic answers. Filipinos are still influenced by the Catholic Church. They do not really fight hard enough for what they believe in. Number three, it is still a macho society. It is controlled by politicians who are mostly men. I'm sorry, not all politicians, okay? They don't really give a damn on women's issues if it's not in their best interest. Part 1, update. In March 2018, the House of Representatives of the 17th Congress of the Philippines passed the Absolute Divorce Act of 2018, or called House Bill 7303. Yes! I could not believe it. I remembered so many failed marriages among my generation, the baby boomers. I said, thanks to the votes of 134 congressmen and women, there were like 57 who were against it, that's fine, and 2 in abstentions, which is 2 absences. 500 years since the Spaniards introduced Catholic Church to and colonized the Philippines, Filipinos have finally woken up. As a Christian Filipino living outside of the Philippines, I feel like celebrating. I was proud of these congressmen and women. They finally had the balls to introduce this bill, for crying out loud. By the way, the Muslims in the Philippines could get a divorce, but let us focus on the more than 80% of the Catholics in the country. So, should the people in failed marriages be celebrating? No, not yet. Where is the bill now? March 2019. It is still sitting in the Senate. Dead on arrival? Maybe. Granted, if by a miracle the Senate passes the bill, will President Duterte sign it? Is this bill going to sit for another 100 years? Are we encouraging more couples not to get married, to live in sin, to have children out of wedlock? Is this a generation that the Catholic Church wants to raise? In the meantime, we have expensive alternatives. Legal separation, yeah, you can be legally separated, but you still cannot remarry. Or partial divorce. If a foreign husband or wife divorces you, then you can remarry in the Philippines. And then, of course, the most expensive and torturous process is the annulment. If you're in bed marriage and you have no money, you are screwed. Screwed. What Filipinos want is a dissolution of marriage or divorce. One that ends a legally valid marriage so that they can move on. One that is affordable. I had a failed marriage once. But I was lucky because I'm in a country like the United States where the laws are independent from the church. My ex, an American, and I had problems. He had different values when it came to money, spending money, saving money, among others. Of course, there were other factors. So we decided to have a trial separation, and we still couldn't save our marriage, so we got divorced. We didn't have any children. We didn't have much of a property. We had no savings. And we paid the lawyer $350. That was in the late 1980s. Our divorce took 10 minutes. After that, we went to lunch and celebrated. As if the couple that were in the judge's chamber was different from the couple celebrating us. We became friends again because there were no expectations. We moved on and remarried. I have been married to my second husband for 31 years and I feel blessed. Will my Filipino counterparts have this same opportunity? Not if you have no money. If I stayed and married in the Philippines, I would have been trapped in a miserable life until the day I die. If I had kids, they would have been miserable. To be trapped in an unhappy marriage has caused people to commit adultery, to lie, to commit crimes of passion. The very sins that you would confess to a priest. If a country deprives people of the right to happiness, they will leave the country or resort to terrible alternatives. Now, don't get me wrong. My parents were married for more than 60 years. They endured World War II. I have some relatives and friends in successful marriages, and more power to them. For those who are fighting for the sanctity of marriage, continue your fight, but please, please do not close the gates for those who want a chance to be happy again. We both should be equally given a chance at happiness. How can you make divorce happen in the Philippines? Stay tuned next week when I continue this discussion. You can read my blog at my website, PUPPETNETSPhilippines.com, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Maraming salamat, and I will see you next week for the continuation of this topic.